The Flash 761. Joshua Williamson writing with Howard Porter on the art. This is, of course, more of the finish line, building up to her ending, and features even more Flash family members showing up in the heat of the moment to help the fight. How did you feel about this one?
I loved it.
Of course.
Flash fact. This was everything I wanted it to be, down to Max Mercury stopping to meditate on the answer. Like, it's Williamson having fun with Flash, which I haven't felt until this stuff started again. We got past Paradox.
I will say I like the issue. I feel a little bit of a diminishing return of more characters have come back, because I don't know. Like, when I got to the 2-page spread in this, where after Max Mercury basically calls out to other speedsters, through the Speed Force to show up. When I got to that 2-page spread, I kind of sighed a little bit and like, okay, we just did the whole family reappearing together again last issue. Now we're scraping for more characters. But then I have to admit, when I realized that Wally's kids were in the middle, I was like, wait a minute. That's kind of okay.
It's Irie and Jai.
Yeah, you got me a little bit. You got me a little bit with that, right?
Okay, so it is Jai, right? Jai. It's not Jay.
I mean, I always thought he was named after Jay, though.
That's what I thought too, and it's just spelled differently.
Just like Iris named after Iris, obviously.
Iris, right? But you got Fuerza there. You got Steadfast. You have
Mina? Mina's there.
Yeah, you have Mina. You have what looks like Dark Suit Wally from a different Earth. You have the Tangent Universe Flash, who again, tangentially related. I don't think it's Speed Force, but I'll let it go because it's cool.
Oh, same with the Renegades, right?
You have the Renegades. You have the Earth 2 version of Jay Garrick. You have the Speed Force personified. I think that was in Kingdom Come, Jay Garrick. So yeah, I thought that's a super cool scene. And it's definitely playing with time, because Williamson points out that because all the villains are from different points of time, it's gonna mess with the time when they go back. So right now, everything's basically as unstable as it gets.
Yeah, I mean, that's because Barry and Thawne basically run off together in an endless race, so they kind of leave the fight, and the rest of the Flash family have to figure out how to solve everything. And I was surprised. Irie bantering with Bart about what to do and about stealing their costume and stuff. Like, I really like that they got a little bit more to do than I was expecting.
You weren't using it anymore. Yeah, but it's still mine. Like, that's Flash Kids stuff. Like,
yeah,
I love that. I will say, and remind me, because this run's been forever. Did Thawne have to do with giving the gun to the clown? Or is that new?
We definitely knew he killed August's brother.
Yes, we know that in Planet of the Black Hole stuff.
The gun to the clown
to create Hunter Zolomon Zoom. Because remember, he checked for the gun, and nobody knew where he got the gun from. Yeah. So did he just change? Did he just retcon Thawne Zoom, Professor Zoom, being key in the creation of Hunter Zolomon Zoom?
And current continuity, yes. I don't think it's necessarily retconning.
Okay. Because that would be something very Johnsy on top of it, though. Yeah. Is that Thawne always having a hand in creating misery for the Flash family, but
let's just
for it to be in this tiny little panel.
Yeah, this is kind of what Thawne gets to, is that he's behind everything. Every bit of suffering that every Flash member has ever felt is all come from him. That's kind of the idea he tries to get across. Yep. But the rest of the Flash family, once they've left, is they have to sort of vibrate everyone back to their own time period, and it'll be like they never left. And there's a risk, because, and Iris points this out, is that she's worried that Bart might disappear too, because technically he's in the wrong time period. And luckily, though, he does not leave, so everyone hugs, and it's a sweet moment. We go back to whatever year in the future is it?
853rd
century,
which is from century, which is from DC 1 million, which Morrison, that's him.
Yeah,
but yeah.
It's so hard to wrap your head around that number though, because I'm like, wait a minute, we're only in the 21st. that's a lot of years in the future.
Right, which Morrison determined it was the 853rd, which is if DC Comics put out Unstopped, that's what century it would be when they got to the millionth issue.
Of what?
Of whatever issue it was.
But is that including all DC Comics, or is that like issue 1 million of like Action?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just remember them taking the calculations of 1 million, what issue 1 million would be.
I'd have to assume it'd be like the millionth issue of Action or Detectives.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. But also that's way better math than Aaron did for his, 1 million BC over at Marvel. So I'll give it to him. But
so yeah. So honestly, the family all working without Barry, to be honest, I kind of liked. Irie was particularly delightful. Iris being excited that Bart didn't get, whiplash back to the future. All that's good. It kind of ends with Barry just chasing Thawne.
I'll kill you.
Yeah, this is them saying this is the last time we'll ever race. I don't believe you. But
I don't Thawne is unkillable because of retcon. Like, he is the metaverse personified, right? Like, when you think that John's and his love of the Flash, he always says Flash is his favorite character, and the amount that he's changed that, and kind of if Thawne is the misery of all the Flash family, you could do the reverse, that Barry is what is their heart. He is, just like you would say that Wally's the heartbeat of the DCU, or was, and then DDO, like Mullah Ram and Temple of Doom, pulled it out and threw it into the fire. But Barry's the reason why all the good stuff happens. And I do like that because it does put them as this yin-yang of the Speed Force. Even so much that Thawne was able to master the negative Speed Force by basically incepting negative thoughts into members of the Flash family. So yeah, it's very like a culmination of all Flash stuff that I love. So I got to give Williamson credit for that.
Yeah. I thought it was good. I felt a little cynical just because it's like we're kind of doing the same thing again. We're all excited because a bunch of characters showed up. And even though, yes, there was a couple of characters in there that I was specifically quite excited about, it felt a little formulaic to me because of that. So I can't sing it with too many praises. But that said, though, I mean, I still enjoyed it. And it's still, head and shoulders above a good chunk of what this run's been, between, the year one and the stuff before year one and whatnot. So, yeah. And the art was pretty solid, too. Really fit the kinetic feel of what the Flash should feel like.
That's Howard Porter, right?
Yeah, Howard Porter.
Yeah, Howard Porter. Probably one of my favorite current Flash artists.
Yeah, I mean, that last page, I mean, the colors specifically, there's just such a wide array of colors behind them. So the tunnel, the tunnel in the Speed Force, whatever they're running, is like all blue and purples, but around them, they've got all the red and yellow lightning. So, very, very colourful. All right, Matt, what are you giving
I'm going to give this an 8.
Okay, I'm going to go with a 7.
There you go.
I think it's good, but a little bit formulaic.